All right, our GMC tweet of the night from you, Pony, here. 23,000 plus at PNC Park on a Monday night to see Henry Davis. I think largest Monday night crowd since 2019. Good job by Pirates fans. They're hungry for a winner. Couldn't agree with you more here, Pony. It definitely goes to show you that they want to see the young guys. They want to see up-and-coming guys, and they want to see a winner here in Pittsburgh. So it was nice to see Henry Davis. Let's get the other guys up here, because at this point, they're 3 games under 500. I don't see any positives here the last month and a half to make me think that they are going to win this division or make a run at some point in July.
Well, the division isn't very good, but then again, the Reds have now won 8 in a row. Joey Votto came back, hit a home run. And here's the thing about the team they just lost to again tonight, Richie, the Cubs. All of their starting pitchers are good. Okay, they've got Hendricks, who goes on Wednesday. He's got an ERA in the 3s. Stroman tomorrow. He's got an ERA in the 2s. Steele came off the injured list. He's got an ERA in the 3s. Tyone's their worst starting pitcher, and he's been better the last month. When he's your 5th starter, where would he slide into a Pirates rotation when healthy? You know, so they've got Bellinger back now too. I'm starting to think maybe the Cubs can get to maybe 82 or 83 wins, which when the Pirates were 20-8, seemed like they could easily win that many games. But everything has fallen apart all at once. Their starting pitchers don't go deep in games, even though Beto wasn't bad tonight besides that rain-soaked inning. Their bullpen has imploded, blown up, and they don't hit for any power whatsoever. That's a deadly combination, Richie, and it's a recipe to have another losing season.
They were on pace, I think, for at one point 108 wins. That's a really long shot at this point right now. Let's go out to Cole in Harrisburg. How you doing, Cole?
Pretty good. Thanks for letting me on the show. So I know you guys said earlier that there are 3 players who can play catcher in the Pirate system: Henry Davis, Jason Lane, Austin Hedges. Shelton said earlier today that he sees Henry Davis not being the everyday catcher immediately, which means Delay and Hedges will keep rotating as the starting catcher. Keeping Davis in the outfield means that their best offensive lineup will be able to play on an everyday basis. As Derek Shelton right now, how do you think he can justify this is the right decision for the now and future of the Pittsburgh Pirates?
Yeah, I mean, look, you said a lot of good things here, Cole. That's our number 1 Conquer and Go Better call tonight. And I want Hedges and Delay out of there. I want Henry Davis to be your everyday starter behind the plate right now, unless you're bringing up Rodriguez, and then you can do some kind of rotation or whatever you want to do. But I want to go with the youth movement at this point. Where they are, I just don't see any optimism for this year other than getting the younger guys to play.
Richie, they have put a very important part of Henry Davis's career development on the back burner, and that's seeing if he's a viable catcher. They said he's going to catch bullpens in side sessions and not really do it in games. How does that make somebody better? That would be like saying, let's call a top prospect up from the minor leagues. He's not going to be in the lineup every day, but he's going to hit off the pitching machine below PNC Park, and he's going to take batting practice with us. That just doesn't make sense. And you're putting that, you're sacrificing that for what? Because you want to keep Austin Hedges in there, whose contract expires at the end of the year? At some point, Henry Davis is going to have to learn how to handle the Mitch Kellers and Johan Oviedos. So why not let him do it now, as opposed to next year in spring training and at the beginning of the year? Because that's what they drafted him to be. If he had played, if he was a first baseman, Richie, or a right fielder, he would not have been the first pick in the draft. He might have still been a first-round pick, but he would not have been the number 1 overall pick. The whole idea is he gives you elite offensive production from the catcher position, which gives you an advantage against most teams because it's having an extra really good hitter in your lineup.
I don't even know if he was the best player in the draft. I mean, I know time will tell on that, but I mean, the Pirates took him, and I know there was some disappointment in the reason they did it because he was signable. Hopefully they don't do that this year and pass up on one of the 2 LSU guys. Let's go out to Art in Mount Lebo. How you doing, Art?
Hey, yeah, question.
Hi, Art.
What is Carlos Santana hitting cleanup for?
That's the only power they got, right? I mean, you're not going to put Sawinski there. He strikes out a million times. Who else?
Well, it depends. I mean, it depends who you're facing. I mean, when you're facing a right-handed pitcher, you should have Sawinski hitting near the top of your lineup because he crushes those guys. All of his 15 home runs this year have come against right-handed pitching. When there's a right-handed pitcher out there, Suwinski's one of the 10 best hitters in baseball. The problem is when someone's left-handed like me, I could probably strike him out. He's that bad against lefties. And by the way, this is a total aside. Just this is just bothering me. Richie, why would you have Suwinski pinch hit down 8-0 with 2 outs in the 9th inning when there were other opportunities with the bases loaded earlier in the game to get him in there? I mean, what is he going to do? Hit a bases empty 8-run home run to tie the game? He's going to get a rally started in the 9th inning? I don't understand that at all. That made no sense to me. You went to your bench with guys like Bay and DeLay earlier in the game, and you saved Suwinski for 2 outs down 8 runs in the 9th inning? What's the point?
Yeah, I don't get it either. Let's go out to Ray in Whitehall. How you doing, Ray?
Yeah, I think that I would bring up Rodriguez and I would spot start him. I think I'd have these 2 catchers catch the same pitcher so they could get used to them. But I would let go of one of the catchers. And I also want to say that I think as far as Priester is concerned, if they bring him up for the rest of the season, he doesn't necessarily have to be a starter for the rest of the season. They need some help in the bullpen. It would take some of the pressure off him, spot start him, and then maybe by late August, September, he's in the rotation.
You know, I don't know if I like doing that with Priester. I want him to come up as a starter, have a starter mentality right from the beginning. As for the catcher, I know you probably need a veteran guy there. I don't know if I –
Right.
But
So now that we're past the Super 2 thing, let's just get it out in the open about both Priester and Rodriguez. The reason why Davis leapfrogged Rodriguez is because Rodriguez has had a bad year. He's hitting .250 with 4 home runs. He has not been the hitter he was last year when he was the Pirates minor league player of the year. The same goes for Priester, Richie. He's got a 4.74 ERA at AAA. What would that translate to in the major leagues?
And he hasn't been
if
great.
His ERA is almost 5. That's like, I want to see him too because I'm starting to feel like, well, it couldn't hurt. What have you got to lose? But at the same time, if a guy's not good at AAA, I can't expect him to be good at the major league level.
Yeah, his last few starts haven't been great too. So, all right, we got to take a break. Back with more of your phone calls coming up next. Stay right there.